I was like, this is not going well. So I went to sleep, and my sister was like, listen, Ines, you cannot like just be obsessive of your phone. Like, put your phone away, go to sleep, and then tomorrow maybe you have a surprise. You never know. And I couldn't sleep. I was turning and turning and turning and turning. And I woke up and I was like 100,000 streams.
Welcome to This is Africa, the podcast from the BBC that brings you the personal stories behind the music of the motherland with me, DJ Adu, the Afro Boss. Now, my guest today is one of Morocco's most successful artists. Her song My Love has been streamed more than 86 million times on Spotify alone. She's a global citizen raised in the Netherlands. She blends Dutch, Moroccan Arabic and French in her songs, and she speaks fluent English. And here she is, Ines.
Hi guys, salam alaikum. My name is Ines and I'm from Holland, originally bloodly Moroccan. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you, BBC. This is Africa.
Salam, how are you doing, Ines?
Salam alaikum.
Yeah.
I'm good. Thank you
Walaikum
so much.
salam. Yes, learning.
Yes, your Arabic is good.
Yeah. Well, I speak Swahili, that's why. So it's a bit of Arabic in there. Ashara,
That's
inshallah.
nice.
All these
That's
are there,
really
in
nice.
Swahili. Good to finally meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming through.
Thank you so much.
So, Ines, let's talk about you. Where does the Moroccanness in you come from?
My parents. My parents are both from Morocco. They lived in the same street. They grew up in the same street. Yeah, in El Jadida.
Ah, where?
It's
where?
nearby Casablanca. So 40 minutes from Casablanca.
Ah, okay. And then why the move to...
My father's grandfather and my mother's grandfather, they were the first generation. So they came to Holland to work.
Okay.
And then after, I think, 10 years, they brought the whole family. And now we're here. We are with 4 girls at home. And I was the second of the 4. And my dad had always, he was always talking in Arabic with me, in Moroccan, Darija. So I went to the second grade in school and I never spoke Dutch at all. I only spoke Arabic and Moroccan. So then I think 3rd grade, I started learning Dutch and everything. But I was born in Holland, so yeah.
So when growing up, what kind of music were you listening to?
My parents always were listening to Asala and Shirin, all the old school Arabic music. But when you get a little bit older, you're going to try some new music. So I started listening to American music, a little bit more French, and everything was what was popping we were listening to. But I always loved the Arabic music, but there was never like Moroccan young music.
Okay.
Like the popping American music, you never had it in Darija, in Moroccan. So I think the culture really changed in Holland. So the Moroccans in Holland, they really wanted to make a change, I think. It's a lot of artists that do that and like it. So I love my country and I love speaking Moroccan, even though it's not like fluently. But I think my English is also not fluently good. So I'm just trying.
It's better than mine.
I take just a little bit of everything and then I mix it and all.
Yeah.
But no, I love to sing and Darija. Yeah.
And what is Darija for those who don't really understand the language itself?
Well, it's just a dialect. So you have like Arabic. It's a really big. How do you say it? A big cultural language. But then you have Arabic from Egypt, and you have from Qatar, and you have Morocco, and then you have Darija. So the words in translated in dialect is Darija.
So when did music then come in for you?
When I was really, really young, I was always dancing and singing in the house. My mom is from a really musical background. She really was into music and she wanted at one point also to be a singer. And then she got married and she had kids. So when she heard I was like really into music, I remembered a conversation. My mom was like, listen, if you really want to do this, do it, because I never had the chance.
Okay.
And then when she said it, I was like, let's go. Let's go. I'm into it.
So when did you then make the bold step to say, you know what, I'm going to become a singer?
That's a really good word, actually, because it was a bold step.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah, I think my mom took me when I was 16 or 17 to my first studio session. She had a really good friend of hers. She had still some contacts from the old school producers. And I remember it was in Germany, really far in Germany. And I went to the studio session. And it was not like I was going with a plan. It was just like to see the vibes, if I like it. I never been in a studio.
Okay, first time in the studio.
Yeah, so I was like a kid in a candy store. I was like looking at everything. All the buttons were so like, I was asking the weirdest questions. But yeah, I was really, 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 it was a magical day. And then I think the second studio session I had was a couple of years later. I was 20, I think. There was my first song, actually, my first cover mashup. Minakula Mini.
Yeah, the one where you mashed up a couple of songs.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
I never was like teached how to do music or how it has to go or supposed to go. I was just winging it or whatever. I was just doing my thing.
Yeah.
But I remembered we were sitting in a studio session for 6 hours, I think, and I didn't do anything. Nothing was coming out. I was just not, I don't know how to do that stuff.
It's like writer's block.
Yeah, writer's block for sure. And then, we just came to the conclusion, maybe we try it next time. And I was packing my stuff already to go home. And then I was singing the first song, Minakula Mini.
Yeah, okay.
And the producer was like, now you're singing? Now you're coming with music? And I was like, listen, it's not my song. I'm just singing a song from another artist. And he's like, yeah, you're singing it and it sounds beautiful. So just go in the booth and record it. And I think all the songs, when I was singing, they just came to me. So I think in 1 hour, we finished the whole song.
Oh.
And then 2 months after, he texted me and he said, what are we going to do with this song? And I was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't have a management. I don't have a label. And then I was like, let me get back to you. And that week, I remembered every single day I took free from my work. And I told my parents, I'm sick. I cannot go to work. I have to stay in my room. And I was Googling everything. We didn't have ChatGPT at that time. I really put it in Google. How can I release music without a management and a label?
Only a studio.
Yeah. And then I saw a word like independent artist. I was like, okay. That was new. There was not like many artists that were independent artists. And then I found a random distribution website. I didn't even know if it was
DIY,
working. Yeah.
DIY, do it
so I
yourself.
paid everything what you had to pay for the account, and then I put just a song on. And I think we shot that video clip. It was so randomly horrible video clip, but it's okay. We shot it, I think, the next day, and then that Friday, 12 o'clock, the song would come out. And then the next day I would release my video clip on YouTube. And imagine, I just made everything in that week. So all the accounts were in that week was made.
Oh, so everything was...
So the YouTube channel, everything. I didn't know what I was doing. I just was...
Oh, wow.
And then I released the song, and I remembered the first day I was when you ask an artist, like, what do you do when you release the song? You're just looking at Spotify artists. And I was just looking at numbers. And I was like, this is not going well. So I went to sleep, and my sister was like, listen, Ines, you cannot like just be obsessive of your phone. Like, put your phone away, go to sleep, and then tomorrow maybe you have a surprise. You never know. And I couldn't sleep. I was turning and turning and turning and turning. And I woke up and I was like 100,000 streams.
Oh, wow.
And I remembered I was like in shock. And my mom was like, how is your song going? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm in panic. I don't know what's happening.
What's going on?
And then I remember the producer sent me a message. He said like, I know you don't know a lot about music and about the industry, but I don't know if you processing the way that the streams that you had in 24 hours, it's abnormal.
Yeah, yes.
And then after that
even
day,
in this day and age,
it was crazy. And I didn't even have social media or like popping on social. I think I had 1,000 followers.
Oh, wow.
On Instagram. And I don't know what happened, but my phone was like that 5 days, I remember it was crazy. Like the amount of people that were sending me messages, I could not explain how it was, but it was crazy. And then I think in 2 days it went viral worldwide.
Yeah, it's just like something like that was meant to happen.
I think so. I think so.
You said you were doing some work. What kind of work were you doing?
At that time, my parents had a hammam. You know hammam?
Yeah, hammam.
Yeah,
like you go and get the hammam bath and everything.
Yeah. So they had one in 3 actually. One in Germany, one in the state Eindhoven in Holland, and then one in Venlo where we were living. So I was working at that time there, but I also My parents were telling me, like, do you need any money for your video clip? We can give you anything that you need. And I was like, no, I'm going to do it by myself. Like, if I win, if I succeed, it's going to be my money. Of course, I'm going to give everything to my parents, of course. But I was like very like cheeky about it. And I was like, no, I'm going to do it by myself. So I took a second job at Mulberry.
Okay.
I don't know if you know the brand. It's a bag brand. I think it's a UK brand, actually,
Mulberry,
England brand.
Yeah.
And then I went to the solicitation, like the interview for the job. And I told them, like, listen, I'm going to be very honest. I need 2 months to get the amount that I need for my thing that I didn't say for what. And then I'm going to like stop the job. And they were like,
And they gave you the job.
I swear she gave it to me. That was the sweetest woman ever.
And coming from a background, obviously Muslim, Moroccan, getting this kind of support for music, which is sometimes not seen in a very positive light. How is that for you? Because your parents were quite supportive.
Yeah. My parents were always supportive. I think I was a little bit more small-minded than them. They were like, listen, if you have you don't wear like too revealing clothes and you make nice music, family-oriented music, then you're not doing a bad job. You're just like making people happy and with your music, and that's it.
When did you transition from being independent to having a...
I still was independent. After My Love, I got a management team and I stayed independent.
Okay.
So I never signed with a label. And I was really harsh on myself, like, I'm never going to sign with a label. Like, you know, the American stories about label, your career is going to be over. They're gonna tell you what to do, what to wear, what to sing, and whatever. And it's all in your head, of course. But it's true. You have to be careful with everything in your what job you're doing. You have to be really careful about everything. But for me, when I started, my parents gave me one advice: just make a list of rules for yourself, and don't pass the rules. Like, don't go over the line. So I had some rules, and I said, I'm never gonna sign with a label.
The Inez commandment.
Yes, the commitment for me. Yeah. And I said, I'm never gonna sign with a label. I want to stay independent, and if I want to stop, I can stop. And if I want to stay further with my music, I can do that. It was a really strange mentality, tell you honestly. And also a little bit of ego because I wanted to do it by myself.
Yeah.
I did the first two also by myself, so I'm going to make it. But actually, yes, it can work. But it's now I understand like the value of a label because it's such hard work.
Yeah.
Like it's easy to put out a song, but everything behind the song, like paperwork and talking to people and trusting people and money talks and everything. I don't like to talk about money. I never talk about money. So I'm just like straight business, but no money talk.
No money talk, yeah.
I think the best thing that I did was signing with my label because I have the best label ever.
Yeah.
They're more like family. I trust them with anything. So,
Yeah,
and that's really important.
Getting a good label is like getting a good wife or a good partner.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yes, that's amazing.
And you learn that. I think I learned it in the time that I was independent because everything was smoothly. But when the song comes out, you think, oh, you're done. The song is out. It's finished. But it's so hard, so much work, so much. So I think my advice to anyone who wants to start music, it's okay to start by yourself and to just to try it out, to see where it goes.
Yeah,
and if it works, you really need a team, like a really trustworthy team that wants the best for you.
And you need rules. You only told me one rule.
For me,
what were the other rules?
Well, I have a couple of rules. I'm not gonna tell everything here, but I think I was really strict for myself, but I'm happy that I did it.
What was the other rule?
I think the revealing clothes was really important. I really wanted to stay true to myself. So don't change for anything because less clothes is more views.
Yeah.
Just to be honest. But I was like, listen, if I don't get the views, I don't care. I'm still going to be myself. People who is going to watch me, they're going to say, oh, this is the first artist that I saw that's not wearing revealing clothes. She's very modest. That was what I was thinking. I don't do clubs, shows. Okay. I don't perform anywhere where...
Yeah, because I heard now a wedding is not a wedding if you're not performing there.
Well, that's really sweet. But yeah, I like love. So weddings are perfect for me. The one big rule also was no clubs, and where they serve alcohol, I don't want to perform there. So that was my cheeky 2 rules. But I have more, but I'm not going to tell you all my rules.
Well, there is one I want to try and ask and
Okay.
see if that's
Try, you
really
can try.
true or not.
You can try.
Yeah, do you prefer to work with females other than males?
No. It's not like I don't want. Listen, I love women.
Yeah.
So just to find the good team of women, it's hard, but when you find it,
Yeah, you're winning.
you're a lucky one.
You're winning.
But no, listen, we live in a world now that everyone wants to be independent woman, but we need men. Like, I will be happy if there was. I worked one time with an female producer, was way different, way different.
What were
vibe.
some of the differences you noticed?
Because women with women is really like men know it. They always make jokes like, "Oh yeah, now you're friends, and when you go back, you're like talking about them."
Yeah.
But listen, no, I believe there is a lot of women that really would like to work with women, but it's just hard to connect because women always think like, oh, she doesn't like me. She's shady. She's this.
Okay.
Like today we had also some other couple of things of interviews and there were two women. The camera woman was a woman and the person who did the interview was also a woman. So that's nice. It's just different. You have different questions.
Yeah.
If my hair is not correctly, they will say,
They'll
oh,
say,
yeah,
"Oh,
fix
yeah,
your
yes,
hair."
yes,
Yeah, you see, a man will not do that.
I'll be like, yeah, you're right.
That's what I mean. So yeah, no, it's mix and match. Sometimes it's better to work with men. Sometimes it's better to work with women.
Yeah, just pick and choose
Yeah.
when.
But I like to work with women. Yeah, for sure.
And you've come across like you really love the music and this was what was meant for you. But I understand you took some time off music, like about 2 years, was that?
Oh, that I stopped?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
3 years. Yeah.
3 years?
3 years, yeah.
Why was that?
When My Love came out, I signed with the management and I released, in that time, I was releasing a small EP. And I was really searching where I wanted to go because I didn't want to do covers anymore. I wanted to make my own music, but it's really hard to find your place in that, like which region you want to go, which music do you want to make. Writer's block, of course, also.
Yeah.
And also, I never had like schooling in music. So actually, everything that I did was just taught by myself and on internet. Just to be very honest. So I never learned about. I remembered I was in a studio session one time and he was like, "Oh yeah, just sing that verse." And I was like, "Verse?
What is a verse?
What is a verse? Bridge. What the hell is a bridge?"
Yeah.
I think till this day I still don't understand it, but I'm just like, "Yeah, guys, yeah, I'm gonna do that bridge."
Yeah, that bridge.
Yeah.
Do the
And then I'm looking to a good friend of mine. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yes, like,
what the hell is he saying, man?
go to the internet and find out what
Yeah,
the
for
bridge is.
sure. Yeah. But I didn't ever have like a book that I can teach how to do music. Also, Corona came.
Okay.
So the lockdown came. And that was the time actually that I was starting doing shows. And then they closed everything up. So in those 2 years of Corona, I was just like, I'm going to take a break, think about everything, what I wanted to do, which way I wanted to go. And we're back. And we are here.
And how did you figure out your way out of it? Was there
Actually, I'm still searching.
You still are?
Yeah. I think I'm in a period of my life. I think the 20s are, for a woman, I'm just speaking for myself now, but for me, I think the hardest period, I think, is in the 20s because you're really looking, like you're getting to know yourself, still teaching, like learning a lot of stuff about yourself. Actually, I think my 30s will be more clear. I'm waiting for my 30s. But no, I'm still searching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are some of the other songs that are really close to your heart that you've made?
I have one song on my AP. It's a Dutch Arab Moroccan song. It's a mix of Dutch and Darija. And it's about my dad. Ya Binti, is it? A translation, Ya
Ya
Binti
Binti,
is
yes,
my
wanna-
daughter. But I just took the words that my dad always told me. He was like, just be yourself and don't be too much in your head. I'm a really overthinker.
Okay.
Like, even if I'm speaking, I'm thinking about, okay, I have to do this and it's too much. But I'm always in my head. And he was always like, just take your time. You're going to find yourself. I'm always like ahead of myself. I really want to make plans for 10 years
Yeah,
after. You don't know
you're
what's
talking
going to
about
happen.
your 20s and your 30s just now.
That's what I'm saying. I cannot wait to be in my 30s and I don't even know what's going to happen. Or if I'm still alive, you never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, that song is really close to my heart. I have also a song about my mom, of course. But yeah, those two are my favorites.
What's some of the lyrics in Ya Binti? Can you sing it?
Oh my God, my voice is so rusty today.
Yes, no?
We can do maybe the song of my mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
أمي ثم أمي حتى آخر يوم في عمري حبي من أول حياتي هم وهامي اللي كتر خيرها داف خيرها في دمي وعايش بيه.
Oh, wow. I like the harmonies, the way it's so...
My voice is really rough today.
No, it sounds amazing.
Sorry, guys.
So can you just break down what you sang?
It's really hard to translate it because that's one is the first song that
Yeah, do it in Dutch, in Arabic, and in
Oh,
English.
wow.
No, I'm joking.
Wow.
Challenging.
No, but that one is also actually a cover. It's it's a Fusha song, so it's Arabic Fusha. It's not Darija.
Okay.
But it just tells you like the mother love. I don't know how to really explain it because
The love of a mother.
the love of the mother.
Yeah,
Yeah. And the love that you want to give your mother. Like
Okay.
you have to lift her on a higher pedestal that you have. So yeah, that's the song about.
Speaking of family, mom, sister, I understand there's competition in the family because we
Yes,
have another singer.
We have some competition. Yeah.
So
No, my sister, I'm so proud of her. Yeah.
Do you push each other? Do you compete?
Of course, we
Have you
compete.
collaborated yet?
Maybe. It's coming.
Come
maybe.
on, spill the beans, spill the beans.
No, I would love to put a song out with my sister, but I think she has her own journey too. Like what I said, I had a little bit of ego. She will be having also a little bit of her own ego, and that's good. Just I think we have in our family. My mom is really tough, and she is always like, "I'm gonna do it by myself. I can fix this. I can fix that." She's a very independent woman, and I think we took that also from her. So at first, I think my sister also she's a point in her life like, if I'm gonna start music now, I'm gonna first do it by myself, and then if it works, then I'm gonna collaborate with people. So no one can tell me I made you, you made me. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And that's a good thing. I like that because I had that also. But no, I'm so proud of her.
How is your family with your success now? Because I think you almost surpassed or did you get to the heights that they were dreaming for you?
I think my family is really, really down to earth. I think my family is everything for me. So I talk a lot about my parents and my sisters. Sorry, guys. But they keep me really grounded. Sometimes if I say something and my mom like, hey, calm down. Sit.
Yes.
We are very normal people.
Okay.
We're not going to change for anything or anyone. So they keep me really grounded. But sometimes my mom is like, then I'm calling with her like for hours. Or if I'm in the car or whatever. And she's like, do you like actually know how successful everything is? Because I don't think that I ever like sit down and was like, well, guys, this happened. It went so fast. Like it feels like it was yesterday that I put my first song out. So I'm just living in it. And I hope, and I really want to stay like myself, grounded, normal person.
So anyway, I'd just say shukran, and I'm wishing you all the best. And thank you so much for coming out to take the time to speak to us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And good on you, because your English is better than mine. Your Dutch is better than mine. Your Darija is better than mine. Your Arabic is better than mine.
My English is not better than yours.
Your singing is better than mine.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for joining us for This is Africa on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode.